LeBron James, he's kind of dealing with some injuries right now. It's little injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But he is an older player. The Lakers look bad. Russell Westbrook is not making that look any easier. Anthony Davis, he's going to be out for the year. I mean, if the Lakers are not going to make the playoffs, and it looks like they won't,
Mm-hmm.
then I think they shut down AD for the rest of the year. And I think there's talks that they might do that with LeBron as well. Cody, should the Lakers shut LeBron down for the rest of the season?
Man, that is a tough one. I know I shared on our Instagram story about the loss that they had with the Clippers on Thursday night. It was bad, man. I watched some of the first quarter, majority of the second quarter, and it was competitive. It was really good. Clippers are a really good team. You can tell they're better than the Lakers, but the Lakers hung tough. And then the third quarter started, and that was it. That was it. The Lakers didn't have a prayer. And it was sad. It's frustrating to watch as a diehard Lakers fan. As much talent as we have on the team, we should be way more competitive than this. I think that's the frustration. And I feel bad for LeBron, This is a total wasted year. Part of me thinks that this is his fault in a way because, this was his idea to get Westbrook rather than Buddy Hield or Kyle Lowry, I think was an option. And DeMar DeRozan wanted to come to the Lakers. He actually thought it was a done deal. And look how he's playing. Can you imagine if he was with the Lakers with AD?
Can we not right now?
They would probably be the best team in the West. But,
yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing. So I kind of feel like LeBron kind of put this team together and he weeps what he sows. Would I be sad if LeBron shut it down for the season? I would be, because I think that would be the official white flag. And there's some like 30-something games left in the season. And the Lakers technically are still in play-in tournament position. And I'm going to say, I don't even think they make the play-in. I think they're playing that bad. I don't see them getting in the play-in. I don't see them winning at all. I don't see them even better than Houston. I don't see them better than, what's another bottom feeder team? Detroit. I don't see them better than any of those teams or Oklahoma City, because all those teams have beaten the Lakers handily, and some of them come from behind wins. So, I don't want to see LeBron shut down just because I'd love to see LeBron play, but this is a wasted season. I would say protect your body, protect yourself, and prepare for next year. I don't think LeBron will shut it down though, but I think the Lakers should have a serious talk and really consider it because he's got a legacy, and I would hate for some disaster injury to happen because he's trying to carry the load of this Lakers team and did almost like what Kobe did. If anyone remembers, traded for Dwight Howard, we also had signed Steve Nash, and we still had Pau Gasol on the team. So we thought we had a juggernaut team, but the problem was they didn't have any chemistry. Dwight Howard was still kind of selfish at the time, and he was coming off of a back surgery, so he's still recovering from that. Steve Nash was constantly injured. The Lakers, I think, finished as the 8th seed. And unfortunately, Kobe got them into the playoffs, but he ruptured his Achilles. And that's when it started Kobe's downward trajectory for his career, where basically, he was out for obviously the playoffs. The following season, he came back for a short amount of time, and I think he broke his leg after that. He was out again for the rest of the season. The final season he came back was basically his first full season back from 100% injury. And he did that because he was carrying the load for the Lakers when they were underachieving, and he got hurt. So that's my opinion on why I think the Lakers should shut him down, but I don't think it will happen, but it should be a serious conversation, and it probably should happen.
Listen, if you're LeBron James, you want to play. You don't want to miss like a whole season because you feel like you're giving up on your team. So I understand that. Is he probably thinking about it a little bit? Probably. I'm sure he's had the conversation of, should I just shut it down? Should I just, stop, to save my body a little bit? But here's the thing. He's got two things. If I'm LeBron James, I'm not going to shut it down. And the reason is I'm not going to shut it down is of my legacy. I'm trying to be compared to Michael Jordan. And what is one thing that Michael Jordan did that if you haven't seen The Last Dance, go watch it, because Michael Jordan said, I played every single game. Why? Because there was some kid there who went and paid good money to come see me play. And if I'm just sitting on the bench, that's not fair to him. Just because I'm trying to rest myself, that's not fair to him. He paid money to come see me, and then I don't play. That's not right. And so, if you are LeBron James, you literally cannot take the time off, I believe, if you still want to be considered in the conversation of Michael Jordan. I think you have to play through it. You can be injured. It's okay to be injured, but you have to come back. And I think you cannot shut it down completely. I think it's a bad look. And to be perfectly honest, he kind of already did that. What was it, the first year with the Lakers? So, you can't do that again if you still want to be in that conversation. Now, if you don't care about that conversation anymore, by all means, just sit out. But here's the thing. If you're the Lakers, Jeannie Buss already said, LeBron, you wanted this team. You wanted us to get Russell Westbrook. You wanted us to get Carmelo Anthony. You wanted all these players. You wanted Dwight Howard back. Here's the deal. This is your doing. You have to fix it. I'm not going to fix it because you don't like anything that I'm doing. So here you go. Now you have your team what you wanted. Now you have to do this. So if you're the Lakers, Jeannie Buss actually said, nope, this is your problem. It's not my problem. You have to fix it. She told him that. So if she is the one who said that, you are going to make sure everyone in your organization knows that he is going to play if he is healthy. There, he is not shutting it down because he is now trying to get an out. No, I'm not allowing that to happen. You go out there and you play with the players that you wanted. And if you're the Lakers, you really want to make that stand, I think 100% you should make that stand. Because I actually 100% agree with Jeannie Buss. This is what LeBron James wanted. He kept practicing with Russell Westbrook, went to the front office and said, get me Westbrook. Now, do the Lakers still have a chance? I still think they do. Obviously, right now they are still in the play-in tournament. And the other thing to me is the way that Russell Westbrook started last year and ended last year were two different Russell Westbrooks. This year, could he possibly be what he ended like in Washington? There is 100%, I'm not going to say 100%. There is a 50% chance that he could end up being like that. And if he does, then actually I do think the Lakers will be a little bit better. But Westbrook has to play better because who else are you going to rely on right now? AD is out. He probably won't be back until playoffs. Carmelo Anthony is a nice bench player. Malik Monk, right now, minus LeBron James, is the best player on the Lakers. Taylor Horton Tucker has taken a step back for some reason. Dwight Howard just is so emotional. All he does is foul and then complains about it. And then basically gets tangled up with every big man in the league, every single game, every single play. It's annoying. And then you have Westbrook. And I just think, like, if you're Westbrook, you either have to step your game up or you guys aren't going to go anywhere. Because does Westbrook need to be old Westbrook of triple-double? No. He just needs to at least be a guy who you can rely on scoring the basket, making the smart passes instead of turning it over. So I do have hope for the Lakers. I still think they can do it if something happens. But at the same time, even if you are out of contention, I think if you're Jeannie Buss, you're going to stick to your guns and say, LeBron, you're going to play. And if you're LeBron and you still want to be considered in the conversation with Michael Jordan, you also have to be, you have to play no matter what.